This looks like a fake, doesn't it? Well, it is a fake. But here's a fella who's willing to bet his hard-earned money on it. Henry here got on the train with $200. He couldn't see any harm in a friendly game of cards. What if the other men were strangers? And take Joe Collins. He's got a nice wife at home. But he met this girl at the bar, and she looked kinda cute after the first couple of drinks. There's a good old-fashioned word for people like this. We call them suckers. And there are other people. People who stay up nights figuring out how to take away what they've got.
Now, to help us stay open for free, we don't charge anything. We spend a lot of money, though. How much do we spend today? A day off. We're not even working today. I had to go buy more stuff. Always. Anyway, go to drdino.com and make any checks to CSE, Creation Science Evangelism. Help us to open for free at Dinosaur Adventureland, our whole ministry, drdino.com. You can go on our 777 club. See, I like what they're doing. I'm going to give them $1 a day. $1 if you can, at $31 a month. Take us on as your missionaries. Come visit DAL, 262 baptized now in our lake. Come on down. If you want to help us win souls, please do. You got a better place to invest your money? If so, do it there. If not, do it here. Help us to open for free. Go to 777 Club on drdino.com. So I want to give $1 a day, $31 a month if you can. Let's see. Making checks to CSE. Our seminar series is, I think, approaching 15 million now. We've put out in 42 languages. If you want to get those. Our Woe series, What on Earth is About to Happen, for heaven's sake. Come visit our Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. It is great down here.
There are all kinds of games and all kinds of suckers. Take Mike here, for instance. He's got everything, you might say. He's young, he's healthy, he's got a job. And he's got a country called America. It's a wonderful thing to have. America. Lots of room. Room enough to raise plenty of food. Big factories to make things a man can use. Big cities to do the business of a big country. And people. Lots of people. Enough to work the farm and build the factories, dig the mines, and run the business. All kinds of people. People from different countries with different religions, different colored skins. Free people. They can live together and work together and build America together because they're free. Free to vote, to say what they please, go to their own churches, to pick their own jobs. Yeah, Mike's got something, all right. He's got America. But there are guys who stay up nights figuring out how to take that away from him.
I want to give you the truth, folks. The truth about America. I know you've got a lot of questions. You want to know why you're not getting the breaks you deserve. Well, I'm not a politician, but I've made it my business to study these things, and I happen to know the facts. Now, friends, I'm just an average American. But I'm an American, and some of the things I see in this country of ours make my blood boil. I see people with foreign accents making all the money. I see Negroes holding jobs that belong to me and you.
Don't beat me, massa. Please don't beat me, massa. Don't beat that tired old body. No, don't.
So for thousands of years, people believe that. And now you come along and you're smarter than everybody that ever lived. Oh, yes, sir, massa. Don't beat me, massa. Please, don't beat me good. Okay, let's go here.
Now I ask you, if we allow this thing to go on, what's going to become of us real Americans?
I've heard this kind of talk before, but I never expected to hear it in America.
And I have seen what this kind of talk can do. I saw it in Berlin.
What were you doing there?
I was a professor at the university. I heard the same words we have heard today. But I was a fool then.
I thought Nazis were crazy people, stupid fanatics. But unfortunately, it was not so. You see, they knew that they were not strong enough to conquer a unified country. So they split Germany into small groups. They used prejudice as a practical weapon to cripple the nation. Of course, that was not easy to do. They had to work hard to do it. You see, we human beings are not born with prejudices. Always they are made for us, made by someone who wants something. Remember that when you hear this kind of talk. Somebody is going to get something out of it, and it isn't going to be you. This is not classroom theory. I saw it happen. I saw it first in Berlin in 1932. 5 young men that I knew were standing in the crowd listening to the Nazi speaker. Eric was a Catholic. Anton, a student of mine, was a Jew. Heinrich owned a small hardware store. Karl was a farmer. And Hans was an unemployed metal worker.
To all true Aryan Germans, I say it is time you inherited the nation which rightfully belongs to you. To you alone belongs the glorious destiny of the greater Germany. The Nazi Party will provide land for the farmer, work for the worker, and profits for the small businessman. Who is getting these things now? The Jew. The Jew who has stolen our nation and our birthright. Who makes all the money and takes all our jobs? The Jew! He must be shunned. He must be ostracized. He must be eliminated.
I think the Palestinians are on the wrong side of this. I think the Jews are evil people generally, but they're God's people and God's going to use them.
And the Catholics. We don't want our great nation run by a foreign church. We Germans will know what to do with these people when the time comes. They and their faith must be destroyed. Then there are the Freemasons. In Germany, we have no place for secret societies. There will be only one society, and that is the Nazi Party. There will be no secrecy about that in the new greater Germany.
There are all kinds of people involved in this plan toward a new world order. The United Nations, the World Council of Churches. If you go to a church that's a member of that, get out. Okay? Council of Foreign Relations, CFR, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderbergers, the IMF, International Monetary Fund, the International Bankers, the Club of Rome, the Communists, the Socialists, National NEA, National Education Association. Get out of that bunch if you're in it. Okay? Or ACLU or the Masonic Lodge. Most people in the Masonic Lodge don't realize what they're in. They think they're in a do-gooders club. And it won't be till it's too late when they realize, wow, this was a satanic organization. Satan's using all sorts of different people to accomplish his goals of trying to build his one world government. I recommend you read several good books. For instance, The Protocols of Zion. If you can't find that, that lays out the plan for how they're going to rule the world. Fascinating book, about 80 pages, on the plan to rule the world. And they're just telling, here's how we're going to do it.
From their inception, Masonic lodges have encountered significant opposition from organized religion, especially from the Catholic Church. They also figure pretty largely in anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. The fabricated Protocols of the Elders of Zion have helped spread the idea that Jews have entered Freemasonry and are using that to further their goal of world domination. Adherents of this Judeo-Masonic conspiracy see the leaders of the Freemasons and the leaders of world Jewry as one and the same. By the way, the accusations in the protocols aren't only false, they are plagiarized falsehoods from earlier sources. Check out the Between Two Wars episode, Henry Ford and the Mass Marketing of Hatred, to learn more about that.
I think there is something in the genetic code that deals with the disposition toward gentleness or meanness. And I think in God's perfect law, if we would continually eliminate, execute people that do see certain crimes, we would gradually get a much better society that not so many people have this mean gene in them.
So you mentioned murder, kidnapping, you mentioned smiting or cursing your parents. What about where the Bible says that adulterers should be put to death, homosexuals, or those who commit bestiality and things like that?
Absolutely, yes. Those according, and witchcraft, those according to the Bible are death sentences. I am in a room with 48 men in it. I've been locked up for 99 months. In a few weeks, it'll be 99 months. I have seen the effect of people committing adultery and children being raised without their normal mom and dad. I'm in the middle of it. I have a bird's eye view, okay, a ringside seat of what happens. If indeed adulterers were executed very quickly, society would be much more calm. I'm not saying we should do it. I'm just saying we should look at the biblical pattern.
Right, it's the government that should do it. We're not saying that Christians or churches should be carrying out these sentences. We're talking about a pattern for criminal justice in America that's based on the Bible. Is that right?
Exactly correct.
A lot of my German friends wondered what had hit them. How did it happen? Where did it start? It started right here. And this was where it could have been stopped. One by one, he attacked each minority and he split them off one from the other. These men were all fellow Germans when they came here today. Now they were split into rival groups, suspicious of each other, hating each other. They were being swindled, all of them. But the man who was really being fooled was Hans. He was pure German, according to Nazi standards. To him they promised everything, and he fell for it.
There's a good old-fashioned word for people like this. We call them suckers. And there are other people. People who stay up nights figuring out how to take away what they've got.
Hitler's book, Mein Kampf, is here on the shelf somewhere.